What is going on, ladies and gentlemen of the tribe, and welcome back. Today we are doing a video guide on how to unlock Jedi Master Luke Skywalker in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. Hold on to your tails because we're about to get flighty. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen of the tribe, welcome back. How the devil are we all doing? So we are doing an unlock guide on Jedi Master Luke Skywalker. Still a very valuable GL, if he might not be the greatest that we've ever experienced. So I won't be going through the actual individual requirements, but what I will be trying to do is showing you how to beat each individual tier and try to cross compare against the requirements based on what I have in my account. So tier 1, we need Luke, R2-D2, Chewbacca, Han, and OG Lando. Now, I will show you my modding on this. Now, don't worry about the actual setup over here. It's a little bit weird. Lando, you can see I've got garbage mods, a crit damage set, and a crit chance set by the looks of things. 211 speed and 5k offense at Relic 5. Nothing to write home about. Han Solo over here, I don't even use my CLS team anymore. 251 speed, 8k offense. You can see I've not really modified any of the stats. Relic 7 on Chewbacca, we've got 252 speed, 9,500 offense, and Jedi Knight Luke Skywalker at Relic 8 using some weird-ass mods, alright? 234 speed, and he's rocking just under 11k offense over here. Let's start. Tier 1. So it's broken up into two phases. First and foremost, we've got a phase with just Luke and R2-D2, and realistically, you don't have to do too much here. Now, you could open up with this AoE stun, but I actually like going in with the first special so that we've got Jedi's Will, so we can start counter-attacking the enemy and dealing some decent damage. I prefer this setup. Not sure why, it just feels a little bit more comfortable. Gonna get that burning out with R2-D2, and then I guess we'll land the AoE stun now. I would probably recommend letting Luke counterattack to kill the piglets, okay? Luke does additional damage versus tanks as true damage, alright? So he can tear through them quite quickly. Check it out, look, boom. See that extra 30k? That 30k comes from him attacking a tank unit, and it's very useful to be able to tear them apart. So when you have the opportunity, I do recommend just focusing down on the non-tank units and just kind of let Jedi Knight Luke counterattack the piggies when he's got Jedi's Will. As you can see, he does great work of tearing through them. Now that true damage is usually based on his own stats, so you know, the higher your offense, the better off damage you'll deal. Just going to go ahead and finish up this first wave. It really isn't too bad. Overall, the difficulty I feel for this event is relatively low, sorry. You don't have to worry too much either about saving Luke's cooldowns for the second phase of this particular tier because he is not used in phase 2. We actually swap over to the Han Solo team essentially in phase 2. So I'm just going to focus down Jabba's spy over here. Get rid of him. I really should have used that first special to try and get the Jedi's Will up so that we'd start counterattacking. There we go. Okay, so phase 2, really easy phase. All you have to do is focus down on Boba, okay? So whenever you can, ignore taunts and just go after Boba Fett. As soon as he's gone, that's the end of wave 1, all right? So we're just going to loop around over here. Han Solo is blind, but he can't miss on his basic. So drop an AoE to get some damage done. And then we just want to be able to use that AoE from Chewbacca when we get a chance. All in over here on Boba Fett, and that's it. Side note, I do miss when CG used to do little animations like this. We don't get to see this sort of thing very often anymore. Feels like they're too busy trying to push out the content, and less time gets dedicated to being able to do cinematics like this. So, phase 1, really not so bad. Tier 2 over here, we need R2-D2, C-3PO, Han Solo, and Princess Leia. I'll once again go over the mods that I'm using. This is a really weird looking model for Princess Leia now that we actually have Galactic Legend Leia Organa in the game. You'd think that they would swap her kit over. But this is actually just Princess Leia. I've got her at Relic 6, 270 speed, and 8k offense. Obviously not very good in terms of modding. Then we've got Han Solo, we've already gone over him. R2-D2, we've already gone over him. C-3PO, alright, so my C-3PO is 250 speed and 69% potency. Really garbage tier mods on all of these units, and we've got to wick it for reasons. Okay, so what do we want to do? We want to take names and kick ass, or something like that. I'm going to focus down on the Scout Troopers at the start with Han. Obviously, the more damage that you've got with Han Solo, the better off you're going to do. I'm going to put the stealth onto R2-D2. And let's go ahead and put translation over there on Princess Leia. Whilst Princess Leia is stealthed, you do want to use her stealth ability, and that will essentially give her a bonus turn. And then we'll get some additional stats from him. So taking out the scout troopers when we can, when we've got the freedom to do so, that's going to be the best thing. Just call in your Han Solo. He's probably going to be your highest damage dealer. Let's see if we can get confusion on that stormtrooper so he can't taunt. Wonderful. And then just focus in on scout trooper. Let's just keep going over here. Now I'm going to save that special. No reason to use that special as we're going to go into a new wave and everybody's going to lose their stacks of translation anyway. So I'm going to stun one of the stormtroopers so that we don't have to worry about the taunt. Drop down a nice juicy AoE. Get everybody to focus on R2-D2. And then let's go ahead and put that translation on Leia, calling in everybody that we can to assist. Nice bit of burning here. Get the stealth going. Take out a scout trooper. Focus down another one. Lovely. And we are looking kind of good already. So, phase 2 out of 3 so far. Looking pretty. Leia doing great work. Just going to basic here, just going to basic here, just going to basic here. So that we have got ourselves lots of cooldowns available for the final wave of this event. Once again, focus down these scout troopers because we have the freedom to do so. Yeah, let's actually call in Han Solo because he is going to be the highest damage dealer. Going to stealth everybody, leaving it on R2-D2, keeping him out in the open. Get rid. Yeah, we could go after the Stormtrooper Commander. So we are just now left with OG Stormtroopers who aren't going to cause us many issues. Get the burning down. Lovely. And I'm just going to go after the weakest one. Wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Call in Han Solo over here. Triple stacks translation on him now. Stealth everybody onto R2-D2 and just go to town on the Stormtrooper. Forget about it. Easy. I hope all your wonderful people at home are enjoying and finding benefit to this video. If you are, can I ask you just a quick favor? When I check out my analytics, only about 50% of all the viewers watching, that's you guys at home, are actually subscribed to the channel. People who subscribe to the channel really do help improve the quality of the content and my ability to keep pushing out these videos for you. So if you could do me a massive favor, please just hit that subscribe button and hit the bell to make sure that you get all the notifications for all of my upcoming videos. Cheers. Tier 3 of the JML event, you can only use Jedi Knight Luke, okay? Jedi Knight Luke over here, we've already gone over his stats, 234 speed and just under 11k at physical damage at Relic 8. He's Relic 7 for this event, so I'm only one Relic level higher. We're facing off against Darth Vader, Daddy-O Vader at the first instance. I'm going to start off with his unique ability from his leadership, and then we're just going to get ourselves that counter-attack going. Don't worry about trying to stun, it won't do anything to Vader. So just focus on doing basics and first special only. Alright. Because he is going to, unfortunately, ability block us quite a bit. Let's get that counter-attack action going. There we go. Next stage, we have to face off against Palpatine and Vader. It really isn't as bad as it looks, though. Alrighty, I'm going to start off with the AoE stun because Palpatine can be stunned. Next up, just cycle through the leaderships, all that good business. If you make it to phase 2, you're going to be okay. You are going to be okay. As you can see, real quick and easy. Phase 1 is actually the trickier part because of all the ability blocks from Vader, but if you've got enough speed to outpace him, get that Jedi's Will up so you're counter-attacking lots and you should be absolutely fine. If you are still struggling, I would probably recommend remodding so that you've got more protection than you do health, so that the dots are dealing less and less damage, and obviously the faster and more damage that you can deal, the better off you're going to be. Okay, so going through those first 3 tiers will give you the unlock for Jedi Master Luke. After that, you've got the tiers to provide the ultimate, and the ultimate tiers are very easy, alright? Now, my Jedi Master Luke is Relic 10. I can't un-Relic 10 this guy. All you want to do is, if you've got Luke to a sufficient level of Relic levels, just pump him up with speed and protection. As much protection and as much speed as possible. Don't worry too much about the potency. That's because his leadership ability, Inherited Teachings, does damage based on his max protection. So the more protection you have, the more damage you deal with JML. So, gives us the ult apparently straight away, who knew? We'll start off with a little bit of efflux. And then just call in your allies. And once again, cool animations here, reminiscent of everybody's favorite Star Wars film. When you've got Relic 10, it really is way too easy. See you around, kid. Next tier up now, and it is exactly the same. All 3 tiers of his ultimate tier are the same instance. You essentially go up against the same Supreme Leader Kylo Ren, just gradually getting more and more difficult in terms of damage dealt. But generally speaking, you should be able to plow through this. Just focus down on Slacker, using inherited teachings to call all of your Jedi to assist versus Supreme Leader Kylo Ren. The more prot you have, the more damage you'll deal, the easier it will become. And then finally, tier 6. The final tier of the entire event. You are just facing off against Supreme Leader Kylo Ren, nobody else. Once again, start off, you go straight into the ult, you put on your black robes. I like to do the F-Lux just to get the ability block on more than anything else. We'll call a unit to assist, and that is that. Job's a good'un. Jedi Master Luke fully unlocked with all of his ultimate done and dusted. Let me know in the comment section down below if this video was helpful to you. If it was, fantastic. If you haven't yet subscribed, please do me a favor and subscribe. I'm going to be covering all of the Galactic Legend unlocks in upcoming videos, so you can learn how to get through them with as little trouble as possible. Wonderful. That's going to about do it then, ladies and gentlemen of the tribe. I will see you all in the very next video. Peace out, and may the Force be with you.